It's been 4 days now, 5 days if you have to look at it. 5 days ever since India lost the ICC World Cup final. While a fair majority of them are really sad and are struggling to cope up with India's loss in the World Cup final, there are a fair section of people who are very happy that India lost. Some have even gone on to state that cricket won because India lost. One of the prime proponents of this theory is former Pakistan all-rounder Abdul Razzaq. That it is coming from Pakistan is not a surprise. This is the same country that spawned conspiracy theories on DRS. This is the same country that spawned ridiculous theories on the toss. This is the same country that had absolutely bizarre theories about the pitch changing, about the conditions changing and all of that. So Abdul Razzaq saying this is absolutely not surprising one bit. Considering it is Pakistan, considering their mindset, considering the way the country is, conspiracy theories are galore. Conspiracy theories will have to ensure that they make a living out of it. Because Abdul Razzaq in one Pakistan TV show has just gone on the next extreme altogether and stated a lot of things that, okay, India's loss is a great win for cricket. This comes on the backdrop of certain English commentators also like Henry Blofeld, who are saying that India is getting too big for its boots. So that's why this loss was necessary as a wake-up call. Condescending, conspiracy, every single thing. If you have to look at it, there are a fair majority of people who are very happy that India lost. And one of them is Abdul Razzaq. The drivel that he has given now on the TV show is something which is next level. Puts the toss theory aside, puts the pitch theory aside, puts the conspiracy theories aside. This is next level. Because Abdul Razzaq stated, cricket won and India lost. Had India won the World Cup, it would have been a very sad moment for the game. Now this is a clear-cut indication that some nations, Pakistan at the forefront of it, are not happy with the economic development or the economic powerhouse of India. Remember, whenever anybody wants to come, they have to play India to ensure that they get the eyeballs, that they get the revenue. Abdul Razzaq could very well ask the Pakistan Cricket Board, why did they come on a begging bowl to ensure that, oh, please have a reserve day for India-Pakistan in the Asia Cup. Remember, it was at the request of the PCB that they wanted a reserve day for the India-Pakistan match. That's why, had Abdul Razzaq just asked the PCB, then why did you go with a begging bowl to India when you had to have a reserve day for the Asia Cup? There is no answer apparently. Because nationalism and the nationalistic fervor that can come about is only one-sided. Cannot identify the other side whatsoever. So, it would have been a very sad moment for the game had India lost. See, ODI format will be very sad that India lost, because had they won, the dominance of the format, the relevance of the format could probably have stayed much more for the next couple of years. But now, for the next 8 to 9 months, this format is irrelevant because you are building up for the World T20. So, coexistence, peaceful coexistence of both the formats in white ball could have been possible. But now, the drive will be, okay, let us sidetrack ODIs, let's reduce the number of overs and all that thing. So, that's why it's a big problem indeed. The next point that Abdul Razzaq makes, India used conditions to their advantage. I have never seen such a bad pitch for any ICC final before. It's great for cricket that India lost. Fine. As far as the conditions go, partly agree with Abdul Razzaq. Partly. Because in which World Cup have we seen pitches change at the very last moment at the behest of the team management? Which World Cup? 2019? 2015? No way. In fact, Steve Waugh's Australia was like saying it was disgraceful that someone as a home captain or any captain should have to tell the groundsman what to do. That is the level of which Australia's professionalism is. On the other hand, India used their conditions maybe in Mumbai. The last minute switch of the pitch did not help India's image at all. Plus the fact that even another used pitch was actually in operation in Ahmedabad. Further raised speculation. Why did India have to double stack to ensure that they wouldn't fail? We have seen in the past, if these kind of moves happen, You look at Mumbai 2012, you look at Pune 2017, whenever this has happened, India has fallen headfirst into the trap. BGT 2023, Indore, that itself was a classic case. You change the nature of the pitch excessively at the behest of the team management, you will fall into your own trap. That's what it happened with India. I have never seen such a bad pitch for any ICC final before. See, the nature of the wicket, black soil, moisture, it won't let go. It will retain it. So, that is why in the night time, black soil, it becomes easier to bat, and in the daytime, it becomes difficult to bat. Condition specific, those pitches are pretty bad. And in this, partly agree with Abdul Razzaq. The pitch switching, all these kind of things, it did not help. It did not help India's image that came out in the open. The ICC press release itself, if you read in between the lines, suggests that it's nothing to worry about. But can it go against India's dynamics? That's a problem. Conditions to their favor. Indians were overconfident. Had India won, we would have felt very bad because they were utilizing the conditions. In this, he's wrong. India utilized the conditions, but it backfired. So this point has actually no relevance if you look at it when Abdul Razzaq states it. But yet again, it shows that certain sections of Pakistan's players, former players, they just want to make a living out of bashing India. Just like so many players so many former players or so many sections of the Indian society want to bash Pakistan and get away with it. Sure, you have to bash Pakistan when it is right, which is right 7 out of 10 times. Pakistan are mostly in the wrong most of the time, and you have to call them out for it. But this drivel, that it is great that India lost, cricket won, it again shows that Pakistan are truly jealous of what India's achievements are. If you have to look at it, Pakistan's ICC achievements, ever since their creation, it's just been 3. World T20, Champions Trophy and the World Cup. India have won far more. 2 World Cups, 2 Champions Trophies, 1 shared and 1 World T20. So India has won much more than Pakistan can, and they have reached the final of the WTC twice also. Pakistan hasn't even come close in both. Economically, India is far better off, and that is why it just does not digest with Pakistan. Digesting these things with Pakistan is impossible because they are even struggling for food at this point in time. So, Pakistan can do better to just look at their own miserable self at this point in time, because, I'm sorry, Pakistan have no feet to stand upon after their pathetic performance in the World Cup. Let's call it pathetic. Barring that game against New Zealand, their rest of the performances were absolutely, if they wanted to boycott it in India, they should very well have. They at least would not have subjected us to this kind of ridiculousness that they did in the World Cup. Big question marks for Pakistan. They have a series against Australia. One hopes that they can even draw a series there or even win a match after 28 years there. That is the only aim that the team has now. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. We'll be back with more updates on sports today. Tap that bell icon so you know when we go live, and don't forget we are on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram as well. Bye-bye.